Are you a Twilio user that is sick and tired of it just taking so long to do anything within your Twilio account? Finding data, manipulating data, transferring a number from one account to another. It is a nightmare. Trust me, I know. I used to be a Twilio customer, but that's why I'm here today to show you that there is a better way. Hi, my name is Will Craig. I'm a co-founder of a company called Signal House. We are a direct Twilio competitor. We sit at the same level of the value chain, and we specialize in providing connectivity for CRM systems and marketing platforms. But we can power any connectivity from application to person, which just means from a software system to a handset. Now, we do specialize in 10-digit long code application to person messaging. So that's 10DLC, or the numbers we're all familiar with, where the first 3 digits correspond to an area code within the United States. That is our specialty. It's what we primarily offer right now, but we will be offering toll-free and short code in the future as well. So in today's video, what I want to do is I want to take you under the hood of Signal House, and I want to show you our application and how easy it is to navigate, how you can add a new campaign, add a new brand, how you can manipulate numbers, transfer that data, and know where everything is at in the history of where everything has been. So without further ado, let's jump into the Signal House platform and get right into it. Okay, so when we first log in here, what we see is the dashboard. So the dashboard is where you're going to have all of this data at your fingertips. Now, this is a test account. I'll call it out right now. We do show that our SMS is at a 90% deliverability rate. This is just because we are testing different numbers that we're sending that to, including VoIP numbers and other hard to reach numbers. So our delivery rate on our actual production accounts are closer to 100%. So I just wanted to call that out immediately. But you can see all the data here. You can see your message deliverability on specific days. You can see the performance from specific phone numbers. You can view that as a stacked percentage, so seeing the deliverability rate as percentages, or you can obviously show them just as the numerical values here. And then at the top, you have access to a lot of data that matters. So your opt-out rate, your campaign status, how many campaigns you have, and all of these are clickable. So if I want to see all the campaigns that are currently under review, I can just click and do that. If I want to see all of our rejected campaigns, I can see that and the reason for the rejection. And so moving through this in a way that a normal user would move through it, let's first talk about the 10DLC registration process and how we do that within Signal House. So to register for 10DLC, you first have to register a brand, which is really just your business information. It is your company legal name, your EIN, all of those important information where it just verifies that you are who you say you are. So in here, really simple to do that. We just go to our 10DLC registration section. We go to add brand. Here we can add this to any subgroup. This is our comparison to a Twilio sub account is a subgroup. So you can choose whatever subgroup you want, and then you can fill out the information and then just click submit. It's a single one-page form. Makes it very easy to submit and really seamless. Once you do, it'll go into a pending state. Now, if it gets rejected, if it goes to an unverified state, this is old data. New data will actually show you that it is unverified and tell you the reason why. If the tax ID does not match up, it will tell you that the tax ID does not match up. It's very intuitive for you to understand. And if you want to filter for anything at any given time, you are, including by EIN or by the brand name. And this is the name and the ID. So we give you the ability to assign a name to a brand as well. Same with a sub account or a subgroup. We assign a name to it as well. But we can also look at the status. So we can say that we want to see all of the ones that are unverified that failed. Now we're able to see all the ones that are unverified and failed, and we can go and update those. So let's say you have perfected your brand. It's been submitted. No issues with that. Let's go on to submit a campaign. Again, very easy process. We just click add new campaign. Now we're going to select the brand that we want. So any of these brands are all going to be approved brands that you were able to select. Now we're not doing any filtering on this, but I'll show you how we can make sure that we do that filtering later on. So we're going to select that. Let's say we want to do low volume mixed. As any longtime channel viewers will know, is my favorite campaign use case is low volume mixed. Now we're going to take a look at what our throughput is going to be. And then we're going to be in this process where we can very easily submit this. So very soon, we're going to be auto-populating the description and the message flow. If you are on our HubSpot application or our up-and-coming Go High Level application, that will all be done for you. You won't even see this campaign screen. It'll all get submitted for you. On HubSpot, we already do this for you. But we are today giving you the option to put in your own campaign and message flow. We are auto-populating data on these, though. So for opt-in, opt-out, and help, we are pre-registering you with start and subscribe to make it easier, and typing out a help message that includes your brand information. So just want to make it as seamless and easy and simple as possible. And once you submit this campaign, you're going to have full visibility into the process. The first thing that you're going to see is Signal House Review. This is where our team does a quick once-over just to review the campaign. Now, we're not going to reject this campaign. We do have the ability to, but we're not going to. We're going to reach out to you personally and tell you, hey, here are the changes that we think you should make to this campaign to make it fully approvable. Do you want our team to do that, or would you like to make those changes? So we go through the process, we review it. That review is same day. We review these very, very quickly on our end, get that information out to you of what needs to be updated, if anything does, and then we send it to our upstream providers. Once we send it to our upstream providers, this temporary ID is going to switch to pending. So as we can see here, unless you do not attach a phone number. If you don't attach a phone number to it, you'll see Signal House approved, and you'll see add phone number to the campaign to finalize your submission. Quick call out here, when you are submitting the campaign, you do have the option to select a phone number. So if I just go back through to the screen again, just click on something random, I can show you here that we do have the ability to assign phone numbers right here. So you can multi-select phone numbers within this process to provision those to this campaign ahead of time. But if you don't, then you'll see that Signal House approved. Otherwise, you'll see that it is pending. So all of these that are pending are just pending with the DCA. Now, these are all of our test campaigns. We get our campaigns approved in 48 hours. So you'll have very, very quick turnaround times with any campaign that you are submitting through Signal House. So let's say you've done the process, you submitted a campaign. Now it's time for you to purchase a phone number. So we have the ability here. We have a massive number pool. Our numbers are, you're required to hold on to these for 90 days once you purchase it, but that is a good thing. And if you watched our video on phone numbers within the 10DLC ecosystem, you'll know that for certain. And that is because if you don't hold on to that number for 90 days, you will get a scam likely or spam likely tag on your numbers. So if you're using Twilio, until you go through that voice attestation and the shake and stir and all of those processes, you will see scam and spam likely on your number. That is because of the way that it was released. So it was released prior to that 90-day window. Our numbers don't do that. So you can choose anything that you want it to end with. So let's say I want to end in 00. I can hit apply, and I can see any phone number out there that ends in 00. Now let's crank it up a notch. Let's do 4 zeros. Let's see if there are any. There are not. What about 3 zeros? Still not. Only 2 zeros. That's all we're going to be able to get today. But we can also specify the area code. So let's say that I want to do, let's say Columbus, Ohio, which is where we are headquartered. And I want to see any phone numbers that end in 00 in Columbus, Ohio. Look at that. I was able to do that. Here, you'll see both of the area codes. So if I want to specifically search for one area code, I'm able to. Again, very standard, similar stuff. But what the good news is that you are able to select one or all of the numbers. You're able to purchase these numbers, and you're able to provision it to a campaign. So I'm actually going to do this live on this call. I'm not going to cut or anything. I actually don't want to purchase all of those numbers. Let's just do 1, 2, 3. Let's just purchase 3 of these. I'm going to assign it to an already approved campaign. And so just assign it to this one. This is an already approved campaign. You can see it's going to autofill the data for the brand and the subgroup, so you know the hierarchy of where it's at. I'm going to hit yes, and then we are going to see a success message. So it was successfully purchased, and we have also successfully provisioned them. And so now we're seeing that these numbers are pending. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to edit the friendly name, and I'm just going to say pending attachment, just so I know that these are the ones that I am specifically looking at. Now you can see that they have all changed to in progress. So this means that they are in progress of being attached to that campaign. You can see that right here in the configuration. You can see that the campaign is visible there. So by the end of this video, I'll come back here and I'll check, and these will be in a ready state. So stay tuned for that. But what I want to show you, this is the kind of meat and potatoes of being able to find any data necessary like you would in Twilio and doing any kind of data manipulation. So what I always like to do is go through use cases. So again, we specialize in connectivity for marketing platforms and CRMs. Let's say that you are working at one of those companies, or that your team is working at one of those companies. You're a product manager, you're a marketer, you deal with people complaining to you all the time of, we need an easier way to manipulate this data or switch numbers to different accounts or whatever the case may be. We can help you out with that. So let's say, for example, you have a new customer coming on, or actually, let's use this as an example. One of your big customers, they are doing a split to where one of them is moving to a different company, and that individual has a full team. Let's say it's 10 people, for example, that are moving to a different company, and you need to move their campaign and their brand to a new sub account or subgroup within Signal House. How would you do that? Well, it's a great question. So what I can do here is I can just create a new subgroup, and I can say team leaving. You don't have to fill out the description, that's optional, but I can search for a couple different things here. So let's just say I know that the brand that they're using is this brand right here. So I click on it, it's going to autofill all of the data underneath it. Because if we're moving a brand, we're moving all of the campaigns under that brand and all of the phone numbers under those campaigns. But let's just say that for whatever reason, I don't know the brand. Let's just say I know that one person's phone number needs to be what moves. Type that in, it's going to also autofill all of that data for you. Now, this is a kind of a rare situation where there are a lot of campaigns that are within that brand. So let's just do one that potentially is not under that. I guess I'm not going to be able to guess and find one off the top of my head, but how about this? Okay, I'm going to stop trying to guess. But in general, you are able to select all of them, create, and see that movement. So let's actually just go ahead and do that. So I'll show you how I would find that and how I would do it. So here's a phone number. I have that phone number selected. I'm going to figure out what subgroup that's in. That's in subgroup 3. Now I'm going to search for that again in here. It's going to highlight that phone number. Now there are a lot of numbers in here, so it might take a minute. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to be able to click on that phone number, see what campaign it's assigned to within this screen and what brand it's assigned to. I know by clicking on this brand that all of these campaigns are within this brand and all of these phone numbers are within this brand. Again, I can click on this this right here, and I can see that these are all of the phone numbers that are in this campaign, for example. There's 44 numbers that are in this campaign. If I click on this campaign, it's going to say there's 0 numbers in that campaign. And again, all of these are ordered by the kind of status as well. And then you see all of the statuses here for in progress and ready, etc. So all of these are, continuing on that process. So again, let's say that we want to move this brand to a different subgroup. How would we do that? Well, great question. So I'm just going to create a new subgroup. So I am going to put subgroup test. This is for a video. And then paste this in here. And again, the description's not required. I'm just adding that to fill in the text. But then you're going to get a warning here on the next screen, and then this is going to create. So we see that it was created successfully. Subgroup test. Now this brand is within this. We've done this in 3 seconds. We have moved all of these in 3 seconds. So now subgroup test. Let's just sanity check this here. Subgroup test is the subgroup that this is present in, as well as that campaign. So I promised you that these numbers would be ready. I'm coming back here and I'm showing you these numbers are now ready. I can now grab this phone number. I can come down here to do a quick test out to my own phone number. And when I do it, I am going to receive that message on my phone here in a moment. And then we can also just track it within the messaging logs. So we can go to the messaging logs and we can see that the message was delivered. And I can confirm that the message was in fact delivered on my handset as well. And then once I click into it, again, all of the data that you could possibly want at your fingertips, I can click into it and I can see where it's went in through all of the statuses here. Now, to be clear, what you should be looking for, this sent time is how long it actually takes to get out of our system. This is a webhook response that we get from the carriers. So this takes a little bit less. Did not take 7 seconds to get to my phone. It took less than 1 second because this, again, is when it was actually sent to my device. And that is our guarantee. Every single message will be sent in under 1 second through Signal House. Speed to lead, most important thing. Final thing that I want to show you is that you can also do other manipulation within your subgroup directly. So let's go to the subgroup test. I can do this, and it will automatically create the brand within the subgroup. Same with a campaign. So if I want to add a campaign, I can select a brand. It's only going to show me brands that are within this subgroup. So it's, again, just tying everything together from a hierarchy perspective. This is automatically going to nest this campaign and any numbers that we assign to this campaign under this subgroup as well. So I know this was a lot of information, but really what I wanted to showcase is that you can do absolutely anything within Signal House in under 30 seconds, find data, manipulate it, add it from one thing to another. We have backlinks everywhere. So you can link to your campaign here. Once you're in your campaign, you can see all of the phone numbers here. You can go and configure them right here. Everything is tied together. Everything is backlinked together so that it is easier for you to navigate our platform. And so I hope this was helpful. I hope this was educational and beneficial for you. If you are interested in how Signal House could help your platform, please do reach out, sales@signalhouse.io. If you have any questions for me in particular, will@signalhouse.io. We post these videos 5 days per week to make sure that you are fully prepared in the messaging ecosystem and that you are fully educated and know everything that is to know about how you can get all of this working for your business. So leave a thumbs up if it was helpful. Share it with someone if you think they would benefit from it. And as always, we will see you in the next one. Thanks so much.